Hey, I'm going to share a great story that I read today by Khalil Gibran. It's about a fox. And the fox wakes up one morning, bright dawn, the sun rising at the sharp angle in the sky, and he looks at his shadow for the day and he says, "My goodness, my shadow is so huge. I'm going to eat 20 camels today." So he sets about his day searching for camels and finding nothing, and at noon he looks down and he sees his shadow at noon and thinks to himself, "Oh, maybe a mouse will be enough." You know, it's a story about ego. It's that ego when you look at yourself early in life, full of potential, full of possibility, and you set out to win the Oscar of life, to do great things, big things, huge things. And then you come to a point when you're halfway through life, when time has suddenly changed its nature because there's more behind you than in front of you. And you look at your ego then, and there's an adjustment. And you come to think, well, maybe a mouse is enough. It's a great time. It's not a time of defeat, because there's a great deal of freedom in realizing it. I watched a great story the other day called Nobody, and it was about an artist, a young artist in art school. And he was constantly trying to do a great work of art. And the desire to create just this perfect piece of art actually ended up crippling him. And in his studio, he had this giant block of granite that he was supposed to do his final project for art school. And that project would decide whether he would be an artist or whether he would go into the working world. But he was crippled because he couldn't think of what great thing to do, and he was quite struggling with it. And then he meets a truly great artist who's only there for the day to check out the art school, a young man. And this man is, as the story puts it, just a natural-born Rothko, a Jackson Pollock. He's going to do great things, and this seasoned art student recognizes that. He comes to realize that in actuality, he's a nobody. He's just a regular guy. That he's not going to be great. And he gives up the pursuit of greatness. And he goes to his studio, and without any desire to create something big and something great and make some statement for the world, he just does it for its own sake, creates a beautiful piece of art. And of course, as the story ends, that makes him great. That is what it is to realize your shadow at noon. It's to find contentedness in being what you are. To not need to prove anything to yourself or to the world. Not needing to make any statements of greatness to prove your existence and to leave your mark upon this changing sea that you're swimming through right now. No, to come and find a space where your needs have diminished, where being is enough, where you can sit in a chair and enjoy life, where you can talk to a stranger and enjoy life, where you can see in the struggle the indication of peace, where you can see in the pain a lesson for growing, when you carry with you all that you need.